Hey guys, so the time is here. The time to upgrade from my GTX 1080 to the RTX 3080 Ti. Yes guys, I was able to get one. Don't ask me how. I've been trying for months and finally I was able to get one. I am replacing my GTX 1080 water cooled. I got this on release day. Man, I gotta tell you something. This graphics card is still kicking ass, but as the new game releases come out, you know, they encode them to make us buy new graphics cards. That is just part of the market. I was playing Battlefield 2042, and man, that game looks disgusting. I mean, the graphics look okay, but for being 2021 versus 2011 Battlefield 3, the graphics look very identical. So that's a disappointment, but that's a whole nother topic. Guys, in today's video, I am comparing PUBG, GTA 5, Battlefield 5, and The Witcher 3. I captured with my camera, I captured my screen, the frames per second that I get with my with my 1080 versus what I'm getting with the 3080 Ti. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at those numbers right quick on the screen. And if you want to pause the video, if you want to, pause it and take a closer look at it, you can do that. And I will see you at the end of all these video clips. Alright, so what you could see in there is not a whole lot of improvement, and you're probably wondering what is going on. The 1080 is from 2016, and the 3080 Ti is like one of the best graphics cards right now. And what's going on now? Don't forget, I play at 1080p. I mean at 1440p, 144 hertz monitor, 1 millisecond. What's going on with my frames? Like in GTA 5, you could see that the performance is not. As a matter of fact, I'm getting like less frames per second in some areas of the game. Where I did notice a crazy improve, it was on The Witcher 3. I went up to almost double the frames when I was in a populated area versus when I was out in the field with the trees and the water. So you can see the improvement in The Witcher 3. Now in Battlefield 5, there was like a little bit of an improvement, about 30% I would say, but not a whole lot of improvement. Now you're wondering what's going on in here, this instance, right? I was wondering what is going on, and then I started thinking, wait up, my worst nightmare. So then I look at PUBG, going into buildings, coming out into the, into the field, the grass, the trees. You can see that the 3080 Ti, it's getting a little bit more. We're getting a little more FPS, and at the same time, we're getting a little bit of more usage on the GPU. But if you notice, across the 4 games that I tested, there is not a whole lot of improvement in 1440p when it comes to frames per second. Now image quality, it's the exact same thing. Now don't forget, this graphics card, it's water cooled. The max temperature that I got, it was 46, 48, the maximum. I mean, the numbers don't lie. And also my room, I keep it at around 75 maximum. I don't let it get too hot in here because of, my temps and whatnot. So you can clearly see that I have bottleneck, and that has always been my worst nightmare, bottleneck. I quickly want to share that I got the RTX, the Ryzen 7 5800X. I'm also upgrading to 32 gigabytes at 3200 megahertz. I'm coming from 16 gigabytes at 3000 megahertz with the R7 2700. And I also got this motherboard, the ROG Strix B550F Gaming. Alright guys, this was your host Sergio with Tech Overclock. Stay tuned for the installation of this processor, the swap of my computer components, and let's wait for those new numbers once I have this assembled, because it's rather interesting. This was your host Sergio with Tech Overclock. Stay tuned for the next video. It's going to be very interesting.